What's up, collective? Uh, Take time to get grounded. Let me go ahead on put my stuff on Do Not Disturb. Cause people will wait till I go live to try to start calling me. Just take time to get grounded. And if you're tuning in later, you can fast forward through the shuffling, man. I just want to hop on, do a quick energy check in with the collective to see what Spirit has to say to us on this Thursday before we end the week. I don't know about you, but I feel like the enemy is testing us in many ways this week. It could be showing up in family dynamics, work dynamics, personal dynamics, but something's off in the energy, and I want to just tap in with Spirit real quick to see what we need to know before we end our week. Spirit guides, ancestors, and divine, please lead us to the right message at the right time so the right person can hear the right thing. All right, protect me as I channel this message for myself and the collective on today. May this message be guided by your light, and anything outside of your light is no longer welcome here and must leave immediately. We pray that this message is clear, concise, and to the point. So, strap in and make yourself comfortable. If you're new here, I'm Maxie, your holistic homie, your cosmic cousin, here to hop up in your energy and raise it a little bit. If you've been here before, you already know the vibes. Good energy only. I ain't here to preach. I ain't here to coach. I'm just here to tell you what Spirit has to say to you. I have a few decks of cards that I'm going to go through. So if Oracle reading is your thing, pull up a seat, grab your little snack, and let's get into this energy. Alright? So we're going to see what we're going to start with. Alright, first card up. What's holding you back? What's holding you back? Sometimes you have to ask yourself what's holding you back. Is it fear? Are you afraid that you don't have everything that you need to achieve your goal? Spirit is encouraging you to take that step, take that leap, have that faith. Stop allowing fear to hold you back. You do yourself a disservice when you don't chase your dreams because you're afraid of failure. But there is no failure because whatever God has for you is for you. So I encourage you to just stop allowing yourself to hold yourself back and take that next courageous step because it says stop hiding in the shadows, come forth. Are you holding yourself back because you're too in the shadows of someone else's light? It could be a friend, it could be a coworker. Uh, I'm having some leftover cold pizza. Leftover cold pizza is pretty good. Stop hiding in the shadows, collective. It's time to come forth. God is calling us to use our skills, our gifts, and our abilities to better the collective. Just like I hop on here and do these cards. It ain't for fun. It's really to give us a message because in the times that we live in, y'all need a little clarity. And what better way to get clarity than from the divine, from spirit? All right, so back to it. We have uh, animos and animus. Are you balancing your masculine and your feminine energy? If you're too over masculated where you can't feel emotions, or if you're too under feminized that you can't take direction, that means there's some balance that needs to take place. What else we need to know here? Capricorn could be significant. The number 30 could be significant. So that could be a Capricorn. But it's time to prepare for change. Um, Maybe you've been too afraid to chase your goals because you don't think that you have what it takes. But it's time to prepare for change. And I always encourage people to walk in the road that you see. you desire. You know, if you see yourself in that new position, if you see yourself in that new car, if you see yourself in that new home or that new relationship, and you actively prepare for those things, then God is able to bless you with those things. But if you're praying for something that you're not ready for, God has to delay it until it's time for your harvest. And I think that this is our season of harvest. You know, as we enter the springtime, we're coming out of the dead of winter. We're coming out of that hibernation. We're shaking off the cobwebs. You know, we're back in the gym. We're getting back active. We're working out. We're exercising our mind, our bodies, and our souls. Um, I don't know about you, but the sunlight just does it for me. You know, going out, getting some vitamin D on your skin really boosts your energy. It boosts your creativity. But this is your season to harvest. So if you've been waiting for a sign, let this be a sign. And if you do believe that it's time for your harvest, comment below and let me know. We have, they tried to destroy you. Your enemy tried to destroy you, and boy, are they upset because you came out shining like gold. Everything that was meant to unalive you actually propelled you to your next level of success. And collective, I feel like there are many people who haven't seen you in quite a while. But when you pop back out, baby, they're going to be amazed because when they buried you, they thought that it was because you were dead, not realizing that they were just planting you in soil that was going to allow you to grow. Um, this next card reads: discomfort is inevitable, but suffering is a choice. I mean, yeah, we have to. Hey, everybody that's tuning in, just want to take time to tell y'all hello. Discomfort is inevitable, but suffering is a choice. You know, we choose to stay down sometimes. We choose to soak or wallow in our disappointments of our failures. Although discomfort pushes us to grow, suffering, if you allow yourself to stay in the state of suffering, that's a choice. You have to have faith to get yourself out of those dark situations. So stop hating them for loving you. If somebody loves you, don't hate them for loving you. Sometimes people see things in us that we don't see in ourselves. Sometimes people have faith that we have the potential to be better than we even know that we can be. A lot of times we're seeking love, but it creates a cat and mouse dynamic where the person that you wants someone else, and the person that wants you pay them no mind. But find that person who loves you and wants to love you, and don't hate them for that. Reciprocate that love. We're gonna just pull just a couple more. Leo could be significant. We have Capricorn. We have Leo, the number 33, also could be significant. But Spirit says your wishes are coming true, and I don't know what your wishes may be, but whatever they are, know that it's time to act. It's time to stop allowing fear to hold you back. And it's really time to allow Spirit to bless you with the desires of your heart. You've been praying for these things, allow Spirit to bless you with them. Okay? This is the end of a 7 year cycle. The last 7 years may have been hell for you. And I myself personally know that the last 7 years have been hell for me. But this is the end of that cycle. And that person that you were, you're no longer that person. Even if it's been 7 years, 7 days, or 7 weeks, it's the end of that cycle. It is time for something new because your breakthrough is on the horizon. All right, Spirit. Let's clarify with our what's gossip deck. So, all right, gonna shuffle a couple cards here. Again, thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure you stick around. And if you can't fall off, fall back in a little later. I understand. But don't be too shy. Say hi. Subscribe if you like the vibes here. But if not, that's cool. Ain't no pressure. Ain't no commitment needed. I just enjoy you coming to spend a little time with us today. All right. So Spirit, give us our next card. What we have, bottom of the deck, it says recharge. It's time for a mental rest, emotional recovery, taking a break and coming back stronger. Like I said, we've been hibernating. And if you've been in this 7 year cycle, it's time for you to pop back out and show them. It's time for you to dust off the nicest outfits and the best shoes and, go get your teeth clean, get your hair done, and like step out and really show them who you are. Because people have been sleeping on you. Because you've been sleeping. But now that you're awake, they have no choice but to see you. All right, Spirit, what else we need to know? Spirit says, what? Let it go. It's time to let go. And this all ties into the breaking of this 7 year cycle. Whatever you've been holding on to no longer has a hold on you. So it's time to let it go so God can bless you with the desires of your heart. Because if you have your head closed because you're holding on too tightly to things that no longer resonate with you, you're going to block your blessings and collect your blessings. You don't want to block your blessings. All right, just a few more cards here. Toxic love. All right, maybe you've been in a 7 year relationship with somebody that has been toxic and it's time to let it go. You know, sometimes we're tied by our trauma, we're tied by our thorns, our poisons, our addictions. But even if it's been 7 years, like it's okay, it's time to let this go. Alright, what do we need to know about this toxic love? What's this energy telling us about toxic love and why do we need to let it go? Booked and busy. You can't be booked and busy and blessed if you're too wrapped up in a toxic love. You should let go of anything that's blocking you from chasing your dreams. I made a video the other day about energy vampires and how energy vampires lock on to you right when it's time for you to have a breakthrough or right when it's time for you to achieve a goal because they're there to distract you. They're there to shift your focus from what God needs you to see. So if there's a toxic love, and it could come in seduction, it could come in pleasure, they could be making love to you so good, making your toes roll to the back of your neck, like whatever. But it's deterring you from what you should be doing. Whether it's paying attention to your children or taking care of your home or waking up on time for work, a toxic love situation can really stop you from being able to meet your appointments, meet your deadlines, any important calls that you need to make. Because what spirit is taking you is going to require your full focus. Where spirit is taking you is going to require your full commitment. Because you're about to be booked and blessed, baby. Everything that you've been praying for, all the opportunities that you've been waiting on, the time is now. And that's from spirit. All right, spirit, give us just a couple more here to clarify what we need to know about this end of the 7 year cycle. We have gaslighted, and that could be part of this toxic love situation. Don't let someone love bomb you. Don't let somebody gaslight you, or have you thinking that you're the problem. In the back of this, all of these illusions. All this confusion. God does not operate in confusion. And when you start to feel cloudy in your mind, you have to go within and ask spirit for clarity, because I feel like there's a divine masculine who is using some type of sex magic to mentally manipulate a divine feminine. If he is making love to you and whispering sweet nothings in your ear, or if he's like rubbing on your head and like just whispering or chanting things while y'all making love, he's probably trying to hypnotize you or digmatize you or whatever you want to call it. But that's a form of magic. So be aware of who you swapping your energy with, because there's somebody here that is holding you in a toxic situation to stop you from being blessed with something more. Because in my spirit, I feel like they see something great for you. They know that something good is on the way, and they are trying to latch on because either they want to benefit from your blessing or they want to block you from your blessing. So just be aware, okay? Because what you're in the middle of a glow up, baby. You see that shine, her fro on fleek, like everything that you've been praying for is coming. This glow up includes self improvement, finding your confidence, your personal transformation. You at that stage of your life where you better than you ever been. Especially if you're in your late 30s, early 40s, early 30s. Let's break YN mentality. That's not sexy. We want adults. You know what I mean? Like adulting is sexy. Glowing up is sexy. You look how sad and how homely she looks in this mirror, but that glow up ain't no joke. It's her inner glow. And to me, the glow up represents your aura, your spiritual glow, that light that shines from within, that God, that divinity that people see when they look at you. And it's intimidating. It runs people away, you know what I mean? But that's okay because you're not meant to be average. And you are in your glow up. And the people that ain't with it, they ain't with it, and it's cool. All right, we have the bag is secured. Everything is focused on your stability, and everything that you've been praying for is on the way. It could be a investment, it could be a rebate, but I just feel like a lump sum of money gonna fall on your lap. And I'm not the type of person to encourage anybody to gamble responsibly, but like Maybe you want to go get you a scratch off, and maybe you'll win $500 something. Like, I feel in my spirit that the bag is secure, and spirit is letting us know that you will have the money to sustain this glow up. You'll have the money to get your hair done. You'll have the money to get your nails and your toes if that's your thing. You'll have the money to go to the dentist and get your teeth clean, whatever you need. The bag is secure because you have paid your tithes. You have done the work. And not only have you done the work, you did not allow yourself to get stuck in toxic cycles. Everything that was meant to break you. In this lifetime, on this timeline, you finally got it right. You finally paused and said, well, hey, if this same shit keep happening over and over again, maybe I should do something different. So I'm not gonna allow this person to poison me this lifetime. I'm not gonna allow this lover to take me out this lifetime. I'm not gonna allow this parental figure to throw me off of my course this lifetime. I'm going to. I'm sorry. Is my volume low? It's all good. Maybe if it is, cut yours up. But uh, just a couple more cards here for clarity. If you can't hear me, I'm sorry about that. But if you can, smash the like button to let me know that you can hear me. Um, trust the signs, y'all, and let this be a sign for you. Trust the signs, follow the guidance, find your favorite reader and listen to them. It don't have to be me. I want it to be me, you know what I mean? But it doesn't have to be me because the divine gives us these messages for y'all. I wouldn't want to come in here and just expose all my business. It's to get into your energy so you don't have to make the same mistakes that either I've made or that I've seen be made time and time again. But it's time for you to trust the signs and pay attention when God trying to guide you towards what you need to know. I'm just gonna pull a couple more here and we're gonna get out of this energy. But it's nothing but abundance, y'all. It's nothing but growth and prosperity. But God is really just asking you to pay attention. He's asking you to trust the signs, see the synchronicities. Someone could be saying 333. That could have some relevance